low, and I was depressed, and so the decision was that I should not have taken off to continue doing what I was doing, and thank God that that's how it worked for me. But if I was to get breast cancer one more time, then I would definitely get my breast off.
Yeah, just God willing, that never happened.
God willing, I'm in remission. But in between all that, I've had, then I had a couple of years ago, I had my ovaries. Because remember, I had the full hysterectomy, but I still had my ovaries. And I started getting a really low cramping pain right where the ovary goes. And I had just the week before, I had went to my yearly GYN, so I don't miss those. And I had my pap smear and everything was normal. And I had spoken to her about the pain. She checked. Everything seemed normal. Everything seemed fine. And I went home. And the next day, the pain was back full force. And at this point, now I'm starting to learn my body.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, something is wrong here. My doctor says it's fine, but the pain is not fine. And it's weird. I know in my heart something is wrong. Please listen to your body. It's very important to listen to your body. So I called my doctor the next day, my GYN, and I spoke to her. I said, there is something wrong. And I know I just had my pap smear and all that stuff, but there is something wrong. So she called me back in, and I had a vaginal sonogram. In the vaginal sonogram, they realized I have a mass. Right? So, I have to get this mass removed because we have no idea whether it's cancer or not, if it's ovarian cancer. So then I went to that where I had the oophorectomy, it's called, and I before I had the oophorectomy, they took out the mass, the little incision. They took like an incisional biopsy. They took that mass out. They tested it, and yes, it wasn't cancer yet, but it had all the like symptoms of it's going to turn into cancer. So with that, I made the decision of getting my ovaries removed.
Similar to like removing your breast before it turns.
So I have what they call an oophorectomy, which is the removal of your ovaries. So so that's why it's so very important to listen to your body. Because there was a 99% chance that was going to turn into ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
And so ovarian cancer is one of those cancers that, it kills you quickly.
Yeah.
Much quicker than breast cancer and other type of cancer. It will kick its breast very fast. So that's why I made that decision right there to get them removed right away.
Yeah. Also, it's not ovaries. I sound so stupid, but or fallopian tube. Which one you can't have kids? I'm trying to think.
The ovaries.
The ovaries. It all contributes.
Yeah. Well, the hysterectomy, you need your uterus.
The fallopian tube.
Yeah.
You need all of it.
You need your whole uterus.
So
without uterus, you can't have children.
You were lucky. So the uterus.
But with the ovaries, you can still have eggs. Produce eggs. Let's say you produce eggs. And then you can have those eggs and have them, frozen or whatever.
Right. Okay.
But yeah.
Wow. It's already a lot. 17 minutes. So, okay.
Not that anything of mine was fireable because at that point, all the cancer, all the chemo, and everything.
Yeah. You were just lucky. You already had kids.
Between all of that, I had kids, and I had gotten pregnant where I could not. Because of the cancer, I had gotten pregnant one of the times. I think it was my second time that I had breast cancer. I had to get, I had to get an abortion.
Yeah.
Because I had cancer.
Yeah.
So,
which is another extremely crazy thing, a hard thing.
Yeah.
For any woman, right?
So.
Yeah, and just also we forgot to mention. I forgot to ask. I didn't want to cut you off. During your second breast cancer, the the hair started falling out, and you chose to shave it.
Oh yeah, I'll go like this and come back out, and I'll have a chunk.
And by the way,
my hair.
Being on chemo is like excruciating. I would hear her, like, especially I was young, and I would hear her throwing up in the bathroom. It's a really, really hard thing to watch anyone go through. You can lose hair. It's a lot of vomiting, right? It's
yeah, you get really, really, really sick.
You get really
and
sick
weak
on the chemo.
and yeah.
Okay. So so we have a bunch of pictures of her.
More than others.
But she rocked that Halle Berry. She rocked that short hair, like
the bold look.
The bold look, tall, skinny, short hair. She was looking like Halle. She was living it though.
Big hoop earrings.
Big hoop. You were taking a bunch of selfies and pictures, like it was
it's because through it all, I've gone through so much health stuff in my life and so many surgeries. I always believe in laughter. You know, that's how I deal with stuff, and that's how I taught my kids.
Yeah.
To deal with hard stuff in your life, you have to laugh, and you have to get up and do things. I always refuse to stay in bed. If I had to crawl out of bed to use the bathroom, that's what I would do. Because first of all, I can't stand being dependent on anyone. So I can't stand people doing things for me. I like doing things, very stubborn that way. So used to doing things for myself. Especially the way I grew up. So
and it's so and this is only cancers, and so we're not even discussing all the surgeries, regular things, arthritis, and so many fibromyalgia, so many other severe illnesses. People that deal with like one of these illnesses, are having such a struggle. So if you can imagine, that's why. So we call her Survivor. She's such a survivor. And everyone that looks at her job, she still works too, still,
people tell me you should get on disability. No. And I was like, first of all, disability pays shit. Second of all, I cannot. I before the whole quarantine or, where people got to stay home because of this whole COVID-19 stuff.
She just had surgery too, mind you. If you see the scar on her neck, she just had surgery.
Because I was, little by little, I was getting paralyzed. My fingers, I was losing grip. I was dropping things. My balance was really, really bad off. You know how you can be sitting down, all of a sudden you get up right away and you get dizzy? Well, that would just happen normally for me. I could be sitting here and get up and I'd be so dizzy and my balance was so off. Headaches and excruciating pain in my neck. And that's how I started. I was like the worst neck pain. And I'm like, why is my neck, I work in an office and for human resources. I'm also a Spanish translator, so I walk around a lot. But when I would sit at my computer at work, I would have the worst neck pain. And I thought, I let it go on and on because I'm thinking it's stress at work and, it's the way I'm sitting at work and stuff like that. But it just kept getting worse and worse. And then all these other symptoms started to come with. And so I went to a rheumatologist, for my fibromyalgia. The joint pains. So I said maybe it's something from my fibromyalgia, something new. Even though I knew what fibromyalgia felt like, and that was different. And so she started doing different things, and I got x-rays, and she says, you have bone spurs in your neck. Okay, so get shots in the neck and all this stuff. What's not happening? My symptoms are just getting really, really bad. Now that I'm dropping a lot of things, it's getting scared. So eventually went to a neurologist and they did the MRI. And what it showed was that it's all cervical. It really had nothing to do with my neck. It had to do with my spine, cervical spine. And so I also was getting a lot of compression. I was being compressed, my nerves. And while I was being compressed, I was starting to lose blood flow to my spinal cord. And so the decision was to hurry up and go in there and do spinal fusion. Not only before I get completely paralyzed, but also because I was going to lose flow to my spinal cord. And, you know, well, that's that, right? So, went in there, they go through the neck, right? They do this incision in the neck. It's supposed to be small, that became bigger at surgery because, like I said, the doctors will explain, we're going to make a little incision, this is what's going to happen, but you never know what they're going to do, when they find, whatever they find when they open you up. And when they open me up, I was a mess in there. Those was my neurologist's words, exact words. It was a mess in there. It was pretty bad, you know. So he had to make a big incision, and the operation lasted longer, and the pain is unbearable afterwards. But you know, I deal with it.
Yes, she just
deals
with
what you gotta do.
She deals with everything.
What else can you do, right?
Yeah.
So make fun of me. You know, I'll come up with some cool story as to why I have this scar on my neck. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, did we cover? I think we covered.
Yeah.
Almost everything, and she has so much more crazy stuff to tell.
So many
like it's not even funny,
and
even just like regular life. Crazy stuff that have happened, abuse and like just everything. Insane things that have happened. But that's for another time. Next time I'll bring out some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Memories, right? But yeah, so and like everyone looks at her and they're like, oh my god, but your mom, like, she's always smiling, she's so put together, her outside is, you would never tell any of this has happened at all. It's like, oh, okay. 4 cancers, right? Like no one would ever think that. Yeah. But yeah.
Listen,
so
life is precious, and I like living it, and I say laughter, that's medicine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she's in remission, obviously. She's doing well. Oh yeah, we didn't even cover. So when did you find out you were in remission? Do you remember, like,
my last remission was 3 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, hey, you know, and God forbid, but if anything else comes up again, hey, I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
Do it all over again. You know.
Yay! So that was the story of my mama bear. Yes. She was so nervous. You could tell. But we got through it. We got through it, honey. We got through it. All right. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I just hopefully that you know, a little more insight into me and my mom.
Listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
Very important.
Important for women. I hope that women see this, you know, watch
Very
it all the way
important.
through.
Any questions?
Yeah. All right. Thank you.